All right, welcome back everybody. Thought I'd keep you up to date of what's going on. I know it's been a while since I had a video up. Still haven't started on my model yet. I've been working upstairs, getting some things done. Had to hang some wall cabinets in the library room and some other things. But I got something in the mail the other day, and I thought I'd share that with you, what I got, and why I bought this particular thing. But before I get there, I want to talk about a little something about a comment I got. Now this comment I got about 3 months ago, and I was in the store the other day with the wife, and I went over and picked me up another bottle of thin cement. Okay, now when I was buying this, it dawned on me that I had gotten this comment, and I thought it was kind of funny, so I thought I'd reply to it here. I call this Tamiya, okay? Tamiya thin cement. Now it was brought to my attention by Starbase 101. He's the one that sent the comment. And he proceeded to tell me that I'm pronouncing it wrong, amongst a few other things. He mentioned that I talk too much. Well, you know, and that I repeat myself too much. I'm 67 years old, going on 68. When you get up to about this age, you're allowed to do that kind of stuff. You know, your brain kind of wanders and forgets what it's said before, and yeah, I'll admit I do repeat myself quite a bit, and that a lot of my videos could be cut a lot shorter if I would do away with this chit-chat stuff, more or less. But that's not the point. What I was getting at is that how I pronounce Tamiya. He proceeded to tell me that in Japan, the M-I in there, the I in Japan is pronounced like a long E, so it would be Tamiya, okay? Well, that's fine and dandy in Japan, but that word has traveled over 5,000 miles to get to the United States. Now, once that word is in the United States, it falls under the rules and regulations of my 3rd grade grammar teacher, who told me how to break down words when you don't know how to say them. So, in the United States, and not Japan, this is the U.S., if you look at it, that is Tamiya. We're not in Japan. That I is not sounding like a long E. It's Tamiya. So what Japan does with that word, that's up to them. But once you're in the United States, now you fall under our rules. So to me, it's Tamiya. And that's what I'm going to call it. Of course, maybe once in a while I might say Tamiya. But I just thought I'd get that straight with Starbase 101. Is that what it is? Yes. Starbase 101. If you want to put that on hold and read that letter, if you can read it, you will see what he had to say about that. So, like I said, every one of us in the United States has had a 3rd grade teacher, a grammar teacher, that told you how to break down words and pronounce them out. So, I'm repeating myself here for you, Starbase. It is Tamiya. Okay? Got that? Alright. I just thought that was funny, you know. Of course, you know, I'm sure when some of our words get over there to Japan, they get butchered up and turned around to fit their language, okay? So that's the way I pronounce it, that's the way I see it, and that's why I call it Tamiya. whether it's right or not in Japan, I don't care. Okay, so let me get this camera turned around. I think I'll take you into the other side of the basement. The lighting won't be as good in there. It's a work in progress over there. It's kind of messy, but I'll show you what I got in the mail. All right, so let's go. All right, so here I am in the other side of the basement, and you can see behind me it's a mess. That's why I've been busy on trying to get some of this stuff cleaned up. Been living here a year and still got a mess down here. All right, so anyway, I bought this about a week ago. It took about a week to get here from California. And most of you guys will see once I open it, you already probably got one or have seen them in other videos. And I'm not going to do a full in-depth review of it because there's quite a few guys that have already done it. But when I was buying this, I seen two problems with it that I was going to have to overcome. And you think, well, if I got two problems with it, why did I buy it? Well, number one, it would fit most of my needs. And number two, I didn't feel like making my own. I just thought, you know, for the price, I'll just buy this. And I can overcome the challenges. So let's open it up and I'll show you what I got. Now this box here came inside of another brown cardboard box. And I've already had it open because I was having troubles with my camera, and this is probably the fourth time I've shot this. Never fails. Anytime you want to shoot a video, you got camera problems. Alright, so here it is. Let me move this over a little bit. And right away you probably already realize what it is. For those of you who don't, it is a spray booth. So I'm getting one step closer to getting my shop set up over there for what I have to do. Alright, so here it is. I don't know who this is made by, but it doesn't matter because I Googled model spray booths. And this is what comes up. And of all of them on there, this you see the most, okay? This particular brand and model. And you have to be careful because I've seen it everywhere in price range from $80 is what I paid here for this, and I'll show you the attachments, all the way up to about $150. So be careful when you're looking at it and, you know, try and get the best deal. It says it is model number HSE420. And like I said, I've got some attachments with mine. You can buy it without the attachments, a little cheaper, but I chose to go with the attachments and I'll show you why. Alright, so it's a spray booth. And what's nice about it, that's how it folds up into that. You can fold it up, take it with you, if you want to go somewhere else and spray something or whatever. Now, like I said, I found two problems with this for my needs. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to try and do to overcome that. Alright, so it opens up like this. Then you pull out this part here. And this folds out to be your base. Alright. Then you fold up the sides. And there's little tabs here that these clip into. And then this one clips in up here. That's one side. Then you fold up the other side. And it's the same way. There's little tabs up here that this will snap into. I almost have to, let me turn it around a little bit here so I can see what I'm doing. And the other side just opened up on me. Okay, there's that side. Alright, so that's basically pretty much what you got right there. And you can see the filter it comes with in there. And I had one guy ask me, he said, well, you're buying a spray booth, are you getting the exhaust? Well, it comes with it. Right there it is. And that pretty much looks like nothing more than a computer fan. So I would imagine if this goes bad or you want a more powerful one, you could probably go to the computer store and get you another fan. Alright, now here's the accessories I got with it. Let me set this over here. These are the accessories. A little piece that hooks up to your hose. You can stick that out of a window. Here is the hose, and it accordions out, it stretches out, I forget to how many feet. Alright, so that would go like that out your window so you can exhaust if you was in a room somewhere. There's a clamp parts of it together with it has a hose clamp, and this here is made out of some nice soft rubber so it'll stretch. And then the most important thing, and why I bought the accessories with it, is this collar right here. Alright, now this here part, let me put this away. This here part, you take these screws out and put that on the back, and now you got something to hook up your hose to. Without this, you would have to come up with something here to attach your hose to. So I thought, well, I'll just get the one with the accessories, and right there you go. That's what you got. Now you just hook up your hose to it. I will probably use one of those aluminum flexible dryer vent hoses instead of that thing, that one that comes with it, because it's pretty stiff. Now, that brings up one of the problems I was looking at when I was looking at this. Right now, this case and everything is about 19 inches long, okay? 19 inches from here to there. Now you're going to add this onto the back of it, which is going to add about another, what, 5 inches? 4.5. Plus you got to get your hose on here yet, which is going to bump it out some more. So now you wind up with something that is about probably 26 inches long. So that's going to stick out a little bit from the wall. That was one of the things that I was a little skeptical about this, but I can live with that, you know. So you just got to make sure you got enough room on a table or wherever you're going to put it, that you got room for this in the back. All right, that was one of the problems. No big deal though, I can live with it. Another thing, here's your on-off switch up here on top, and then your plug comes out down here, and it's on a spool. This is on a wind 'em up spool. You push this button, and it will retract it back in there. All right. Now, here comes the second problem I was looking at. The opening is almost 13 inches, 12 and 3/4. The opening in the front here. Let me turn this so you can see what I'm measuring. Right there. 12 and 3/4 from this base to this top. From side to side, about 16 inches, just a little hair over 16 inches. So what's my problem? Here's one of the parts from the Dora. All right? Doesn't fit. Okay? I can get it in there at an angle. That's fine. Excuse me. But basically it won't fit. So what I thought I could do to overcome this, and like I said, now I looked at this, I really studied this. You can buy bigger ones, but you're going to pay a lot more for them. Like I said, I paid $80 for this. I seen some of them that were a lot bigger, but now you're running up into the hundreds or $200. They also tell you you can buy 2 of these and put them together side by side and make one big one. But now you just spent another $80. So, and I decided to go this way, all right? And I'll tell you what I'm going to do to fix my problem. But I decided to go this route instead of building my own, all right? Right now, Solomon on Life After Work, that's his YouTube channel, I'll put it right down here. He is building his own, all right? I could have went that route, but I decided not to for a couple reasons. I didn't want to mess with all that stuff. I didn't want to mess with having to go out and get me some computer fans, get me some filter material, and all this and that. And what I really like about this is the way it folds up and becomes compact, and if you're not going to be using it for a while, you can put it out of the way in that little bitty suitcase design they got. So that's why I decided to go with this, because 90% of what I'll probably be painting will fit in here. It's just that you're going to get the occasional, maybe a battleship or something that big, that you're going to have to make some adjustments. All right, so here's what I decided I'm going to try and do, and I don't see no problem with it, is what I'm going to do is fold down one of these sides. Like that. Keep the other one from coming apart. All right. Now I got a big open area right here. All right. But I want to block this off so that I get most of my air still going in there. So what I did is I went out and bought some foam board. Okay. Bought it at the craft store. Some foam board. It's like, anybody knows what it is. It's like two pieces of paper with a little bit of foam material in between it. And what I plan to do, and you can also do this with a piece of cardboard, is I plan to make an extension of this out and down and then a base, okay? And that will open this up. I can cut this piece of foam board up to any size I want to match this here, this side here, match it over here, and extend it out a little bit further. If you follow what I'm talking about, you'll see it when I get it done. And that way, I can open this up. I really only got about 5 more inches to go here. So I'll probably open it 6 or 7 inches, make an extension. And that fan should still be enough to suck out whatever is in there. Especially if you're using an airbrush. Now if you're using spray cans, that might be a different story. But I think I can overcome the problem of it being so small. So that's no big deal. So that's why I went this way. I think this is going to work out for me. It's very convenient. It's pretty nicely made. And like I said, if you look on the internet, you'll see thousands of these. You know, it seems to be the go-to spray booth for modelers in their basements or whatever. Oh, hey, about that. This actually comes off. So I can actually take these off out of the way when I'm getting ready to put that extension on. All right, let me get her back opened up. Put her back together. There we go. So there it is. That's the purchase I made. Now, today I think is the 27th of February. So in a couple more days I get my retirement check. I believe I'm going to order my airbrush. And I seen a deal on Amazon for an airbrush and a compressor and everything. Not the top of the line airbrush, but I don't think I'm going to need it, not for now. Maybe later on. But at least I can get started, okay? Because anybody that's watched my videos, I was living in that apartment, and every time I wanted to paint something, I had to run outside. Well, I don't feel like doing that anymore. Also, it comes with this little Lazy Susan. Spins around there. Also comes with that. I forgot to show that. So I think this will work for me. Anybody's been watching my remodeling over on the other side, I put that exhaust vent in over there. So this will hook right up to it. This will sit over to the side, out of my way. And like I said, when I'm not using it, we go like this. This folds in half, like that, and that's coming apart already. Let me put this back together. It's all coming apart. What do you expect for 80 bucks? At least I know those snap right off. Okay, there we go. And put this inside like this. Pull this down. And there it is. It's out of the way. All right. I think that's it. Also came with some destructions. Not much to tell you in here. Pretty simple. So, and of course, doesn't say it on here, but I'm sure it's made in China. What are you going to do? Probably why it came from California. But I've seen a lot of these all over. But if you want to see somebody building his own, making his own, twice the size of this, making it out, well, I ain't going to tell you. Just watch his channel, Life After Work. And if you want more in-depth review on these, how they work, I'm not sure how well this is going to draw, but there's plenty of reviews on this on the internet. But like I said, shop around, because you'll find all kinds of prices on this exact same thing. They range pretty much in price. All right, so that's about it. I'm starting to babble on here. Let's see what this says. Nope. But I got mine off of Amazon. I looked on Amazon. That's where I got mine. All right, so here we go. I'm going to shut this down and go back into the other room. All right, so that's pretty much it for this video. I do want to touch base on one more subject, though. If anybody's noticed, I don't have advertisement on my channel. You're not going to make money at this, trust me. The guys that I watch, and they're not modelers, I watch a lot of machine shop guys, and I think that's because my grandfather was a machinist, and it just interests me. And a few other guys in different subjects. And the ones that are way up there in subscriptions and things like that, and views, they got a gimmick, okay? There's no gimmick with this. You know, anybody can do this. This is nothing fancy. I do have a lot of views, and I do have quite a few subscribers, I think, for what I'm doing. But you're not going to make money at this, you know. So if you want to put advertisement up on your thing and all that and get a few bucks a month, that's fine. I find it more annoying than anything. There's things I want to watch on YouTube that if I see it has a lot of advertisement in the whole video, I click off of it. I don't want to sit there and keep having to click off of them ads. So I stay away from that. I do notice there is a lot of guys, and they have a big following, that have joined Patreon, you know, asking for money. I can't go that way. I'm not that type of person. Sure, I'd like to have money. I had to give up part of my stamp collecting because This is getting expensive with what I'm having to buy, but once I get it bought, I'm caught up. But also with all this remodeling I got to do on the other side of the basement and what I got to do upstairs, I just don't have the funds. So I don't ask for money. And the thing that gets me about these people that ask for money, they join this Patreon account, they're going to do this anyway. You know, and it's like, well, hey, you're helping me produce these videos. How am I helping you produce? You're going to make the video whether I give you money or not, you know? So, I mean, what does it cost to make the video? It doesn't cost me a dime, okay? It's all free through YouTube. But, you know, so I don't ask for anything and I don't want anything. Yes, I do appreciate it. Solomon sent me this Dora model. I had another fellow send me a bunch of models. Sure, I'm not going to turn them down. I'm not a fool. But no, I'm not going to sit there and ask people for stuff like that. But I was going through some of the statistics, okay? And I personally never thought that it would get to the point where it's at. And there's a lot of other modelers out there way far above me. But I just was going through some of the statistics and I found something a little funny here. And that explains why a lot of guys do what they do on their YouTube channel. So let me show you, or tell you something here. On my Arizona, okay, which seems to be the most popular model I made, I did an out-of-box review. I had almost 54,000 views on that. And then when it got finished, I only had 30,000 views. Alright? On the Blue Nose, which was a very popular model, I had 38,000 views on the open box, but only 7,500 views on the finished model. On the Dresden, same way. Over 3,700 views on the open box, but only 2,700 on the finished model. And the Gato the submarine, that was fairly popular. I had 6,200 on the open box, but only 3,600 on the finished model. My third largest viewing was on my tips and tricks. I had over 26,500 views. But what I'm getting at here is the statistics are showing me that more people are interested in just the open box review. You know, like I said, the Arizona, 56,600 open box, but only 30,000 seeing the finished model. And that explains why I see a lot of guys on these YouTube channels, these modelers, they do open box reviews, and that's just about all they do. You will see them open a box, show you all the parts, talk about it, where it's made, who made it, all kinds of information on it, but they never build the model, okay? Because I think they realize that's what people want to see. So it's a funny statistic that more people will look at you open the box but not see what it looks like when it's finished. So that's kind of strange, I think. But that's the way it is, and that's why a lot of these other guys just, like I said, just show the open box but never the model. My videos consist of building the model from start to finish, and I try to pick models that you haven't seen before. So that's why the Dora will be my next one. Right now I've got almost, I'm 4 shy of 26,000 subscribers, and I've got well over 670,000 views. My goal, before I finally get to the point where I probably won't do this anymore, is at least to hit 3,000 subs and 1 million views. And I think I'll probably be pretty close to that doing that Dora and the one after that. I never have told you what the one after that's going to be, but it will be a wooden model, and I've got some plans for it. I got some plans in the back of my head for doing all kinds of wild stuff, but whether I'll ever get to it or not, or have the room for it, is another thing. So I just thought that was a little interesting, and I just wanted to hit on that a little bit. But so I think that's about it for this video for sure. And remember, the word for the day, Tamaya. Okay? Alright, that's for you, Starbase 101. Is that who he is? Yep, Starbase 101. Just messing with you, buddy. But I thought that was kind of cute, and I had to explain the pronunciation of that word. That is the proper pronunciation in the United States. Alright? See you later. Probably be, I know I say this, another month. I'm wishing, I'm hoping. I've said this earlier in the video, and I'm repeating myself again. But I think the first of the month, which is a couple days away, I will be ordering my airbrush and possibly a compressor with it. We'll see. I'm going to get on Amazon and see what they got to offer. There's been a couple things popping up on my internet. You know, when I get on, there are little advertisements on the side, and I've been seeing some good deals. Won't be top of the line, but it won't be Harbor Freight either. So yeah, well, I think that's what we're going to go with. So you might see me back in a couple weeks, or at least within a month, and I'll show you what I got. And maybe we can get started on this Dora. I still have to go out and get my piece of wood. I keep forgetting that. I'm always over at Lowe's, and I forget to get my piece of wood for my base. I've got to get that. Can't start it without that, because that's going to be the first part I do is the base. All right, guys. Been nice talking to you. And Pete, nice video. It was nice seeing you. That was a nice model you put out there. All right. See you later.